power of the atom, greatest source of energy.
Nuclear reactors or atomic furnaces like this one provide the product that makes possible practical applications of nuclear energy.
The atomic age was born. But wisdom demands, too, that we take time to understand this force. Because here, in fact, is the answer to a dream as old as man himself. A giant of limitless power at man's command.
You see, I had the good fortune to learn about a different form of nuclear power that doesn't have all these problems for a very simple reason. It's not based on water cooling, and it doesn't use solid fuel. Surprisingly, it's based on salt.
Thorium nuclear power. What is it and why is it important? So what's the difference between regular nuclear power and thorium nuclear power? Well, regular nuclear power uses uranium and thorium nuclear power uses thorium. That might not seem like a big difference, but if you take the energy output into account, only 1 ton of thorium would equal the same amount of energy as 200 tons of uranium, or 3,500,000 tons of coal. One of the main concerns about nuclear power is its safety. One of the great experiments that was done in the 1960s was the molten salt reactor project.
In normal operation, you have a little plug here at the bottom of the reactor vessel. This plug is made out of a piece of frozen salt that you've kept frozen by blowing cool gas over the outside of the pipe. If there's an emergency and you lose all the power to your nuclear power plant, the little blower stops blowing, the frozen plug of salt melts, and the liquid fluoride fuel inside the reactor drains out of the vessel, through the line, and into another tank called a drain tank. Inside the drain tank, it's all configured to maximize the transfer of heat so as to keep the salt passively cooled as its heat load drops over time.
And if you think of the amount of CO2 that would be released by 3,500,000 tons of coal, you could really start to see why thorium nuclear power could really help the environment. Hello, I'm Cole Murata, and this is my friend Zach, and we will be, I will be explaining a list of questions that high school students have for nuclear power.
Is it expensive to implement?
Actually, molten salt thorium reactors are actually rather small, and they are sort of built in a way that you could have a multitude of them.
Is it sustainable?
Although not sustainable in the ways we think of, it has the ability to be used. Although it would be a great idea to use other renewable resources, and it is still a great idea, they both have their throwbacks and flaws. But if we use thorium, solar, wind, and we use all these things progressively and well, then I believe that we will be able to fix this, both climate change and the energy crisis. I just feel that simply dismissing nuclear power because there's a lot of nuclear meltdowns that have gone on without going into research into things that could prevent this would kind of be foolish.